you want to be a card shark and you want to make a buck, you just need a little insight and a little bit of luck on Card Sharks. And here's the host of Card Sharks, Jim Perry.
Thank you, Jack. Thank you very much. I thank you and welcome to Card Sharks. What a good group. Thank you for joining us at home. Gene Wood. That's very nice. And the opening poem was sent in by Dottie Demina. You say Demina, I say Demina. Let's call the whole... Dottie Demina of Washington, D.C., watching on WRC TV Channel 4. Thank you, Dottie. Now let's open the board and get to those cards. Go ahead. Janice and Melinda load in the cards, and we'll meet our card sharks. Joey Mata, our champion. Hi, Joe.
Hi, Jim.
Good to see you again.
Good to see you again.
And again, a reminder about you.
Okay, my name is Joseph Imara. I'm originally from Nigeria. I went to school in New Haven, and I'm currently an intern at the USC LA County Hospital.
Yeah, you're working very hard, and you hope to be a cardiologist, come back to Nigeria, and do lots of good work back there, right?
That's right.
You're a good man, and you're doing very well here. $2,500 in cash with one win.
Thank you.
Our challenger is Ruth Schinkel. Hi, Ruth.
Hi.
Nice to see you again.
Nice to see you
Again, a little reminder about you, if you will.
Yes, I work for a major oil company. I am a stenographer, and I enjoy all kinds of sports. Tennis, skiing, water skiing, snow skiing, all sorts of things.
As a player or a watcher? Are you
A player, definitely.
Yeah, it always gets me in trouble. I said in the last show I got a black eye they've been covering from playing tennis. It's supposed to be a non-contact sport. You ever been hurt like that playing?
Not in the eye, but yes, I have been hurt.
Yeah.
I've lost.
Every time you lose, that hurts a lot.
Yes.
Nice to have you back, Ruth. You both cut the cards at the beginning of the match?
Yes.
So let's pick up where we left off. We play the best 2 out of 3. We're in the middle of game number 1. Joe has moved over now with an 8. This is base card, and he needs 2 cards. Ruth, also not a very good base card, a 7. She needs 3. And we'll pick up with question 3. And as we left off, it goes to you, Joe. Joe, we asked 100 people, do you expect your standard of living to go up in 1981? How many people do expect their standard of living to go up this year?
Well, I think that's going to be a fairly high number. We all set goals for ourselves, and we all hope that we'll do better as the years go by. Even though inflation is here right now, I think people want their standard of living to go up. I think they think it's going to be about 55.
55 out of 100 think their standard of living is going up this year.
I agree with this thinking, but I think that there's going to be more people. Myself, I think my standard of living is going to go up, because if I don't think it's going to go up, it certainly won't. And so I think it's going to be higher.
Higher. I think
Yes.
optimism will win out.
Yes!
If it's higher, you'll play your cards. If not, Joe plays his. Hit it right on the head. It's a $500 bonus. The actual number of people who expect their standard of living to go up this year is 67. Ruth is right. It is higher. And I hope she's right. There is a 7.
Change that card, please.
Within the question, you can change the base card. A 5 is better.
Okay, I'll say up.
Higher than a 5. Yes, a jack.
All right, lower.
Risking it lower. A 2.
All right, higher.
For the first game of the match. Oh, no! It's not higher. It's the same. Back to the base card goes Ruth. A great card fails her, and Joe gets a free chance.
Okay, I'll go higher.
Higher than the 8? No. Fill in the spaces, and sudden death. Someone has to win this game on this play of the cards. Ruth, we found 100 married men who are top business executives, and we asked them, during a tender moment, have you ever accidentally called your wife by your secretary's name? How many business executives admitted that during a tender moment they have called their wife by their secretary's name?
Well, myself, my husband hasn't called me by anyone else's name. He probably wouldn't be alive today if he had. I'm going to say that's going to be a very low number. I would say, possibly 17.
17 out of 100 business executives called their wife by the secretary's name.
Well, I think that number is going to be a little bit higher because, the executives, they work with the secretaries, all the time. And it's like they see the secretaries more than they see the wives. And if you work with somebody all the time, sometimes the name will slip on your, on your tongue, even if you don't mean it. So I think it's going to be a little bit higher.
A little higher than that?
Yes.
My secretary's name is Harvey. I have a problem with that. 17 and higher. The actual number of business executives who've called their wife by their secretary's name is 4. That's all. They don't make that mistake. Ruth Ruth is already pointing because she knows she can play it or pass it having control.
I will pass.
She's going to pass it. Joe, you
Yes.
must play the middle card, the 8, and you must get them both.
Okay, I'm going to go higher on the 8.
Higher than an 8? No, it's not. And Ruth, the challenger, wins game 1 in sudden death. She made the right decision. She has the first game and $100. We'll be back with game 2 in a moment.
Love.
Game 1 going to the challenger, and we'll set up for game 2 with the same 2 decks of cards. As Janice deals out the next cards off the top of the deck. And we'll start game 2 with you, Joe. Joe, as you know, there's been a lot of unrest in Poland lately, and the Soviet Union has threatened to send in troops to keep that country in line. So we asked 100 Americans, if the Soviet Union invades Poland, should the United States send in troops to defend the Polish people? How many Americans said if Russia invades Poland, the United States should send in troops?
I think that number is going to be fairly high. I know people don't like war now, but after what's happening in Afghanistan and some of the other countries, I think the people of this country, they want America to also prove to Russia that, they're capable of, supporting other countries that Russia wants to invade. So I think that number is going to be about 60.
60 out of 100 Americans think we should send in troops.
Well, this is really hard because I'm thinking of sending my own daughter because of equal rights. Women are starting to be drafted pretty soon, I'm sure. I would say for myself, I wouldn't want my daughter to go over there. And with what happened in Vietnam, no. I would say that would be much lower.
Lower than that?
Yes, much lower than
You
that.
have absolutely diametrically opposed views on this one. Let's find out who's right. The actual number of Americans who said if the Soviet Union invades Poland, the United States should send in troops is 35. Ruth is right. It is lower. Yeah, people don't want that war if they can avoid it. And Ruth, you've got a queen.
Oh, that's a good card. Lower.
Lower than a queen. No. Joe with a great chance and a free chance and a 4.
Higher!
Higher than a 4. A 10.
All right. Freeze.
He was thinking about risking that 10. Filling the space for Ruth. And Ruth, we found 100 bachelors, all over 65 years of age and dating. And we asked them, since you turned 65, have you dated a woman young enough to be your daughter? How many senior citizen men said since they turned 65, they have dated a woman young enough to be their daughter?
Well, I can personalize that a little bit by saying my grandfather was dating, and he didn't go low enough to have the woman be his daughter, but close.
Yeah.
So by that I'm gonna say not very many, and right around 33, I would say.
33. What was your reaction to your grandfather dating?
Well, it was kind of mixed because he brought the woman home to our house, and apparently some hanky-panky went on. It was kind of funny. My father didn't think that was happening anymore, I guess.
He brought home to show the children his newest date, right?
Yes,
Right.
yes.
Ruth says 33 out of 100 senior citizen men have dated a woman young enough to be their daughter.
I can personalize on that too. In fact, my father's third wife is, young
That's
enough
right.
to-
We found, yes, your father's third
Yeah.
wife. If you weren't with us, Joe's father has 3 wives.
Yeah, and his third wife is about 23 years old now. And
And how old is your father?
my father is obviously in his 50s, close to 60s. So, and you have, some young girls, they like dating, older men too, because they think that the older men are more understanding, and they just don't want, just one thing in their mind. So I think it's going to be fair, a little bit higher than that.
Higher than that.
Yes.
Jen, your place sounds interesting. You're 33 and higher. The actual number of senior citizen men who've dated a woman young enough to be their daughter is 52. All right. Oh, that's right. His father led him on the right track with that one. Joe, you want to change that 10?
Yes, change
That's
the
what I
10.
thought you said. A 2.
All right. Higher.
Higher than a 2. A queen.
All right. Lower.
Lower than a queen. A 3.
Higher.
To tie up the match. Yes. Joe turns over 3 cards and ties things up. Now, each player with 1 game, $100 we set up for the tiebreaker. Just 3 cards up there as Janice sets it up. 3 questions here. Joe, we asked 100 Sunday school teachers, would the country be better off if we brought back prohibition? You know what prohibition was, really?
Yes.
When they prohibited alcohol in the United States? Yes.
Yes.
How many Sunday school teachers said this country would be better off if we brought back prohibition?
I think that number is going to be fairly high. Even you don't have to be a Sunday school teacher to know that alcohol is, is one of the major problems, in most westernized countries and even in the eastern countries too. And most people think that if you can do away with alcohol, you do away with a lot of the crimes and also the accidents on the road and all that. So I think it's going to be a fairly high number. I will pick 70.
70 out of 100 Sunday school teachers say we'd be better off bringing back prohibition.
Well, this is very hard for me. I was raised in Sunday school, and drinking is definitely out. So I would think that they would tend to want to choose for everyone else. Yeah, that there would be no alcohol involved. And so I would say that it would be higher.
Higher than that.
Higher than that.
Few shouts of lower from the audience, but Ruth stuck to her guns and said higher. Let's find out if she's right. The actual number of Sunday school teachers who said the country would be better off if we brought back prohibition is 28. No, it's not higher. They were a lot more liberal than you thought they were. And Joe, that means you start off the tiebreaker with an ace.
All right, lower.
Lower than an ace, a 5. Is it higher for the championship?
Yes.
No, is it? Well, the Sunday school teachers let you down on that one, Ruth.
Did.
Thank you for joining us. You did win the $100. It was a very nice parting gift for you. Thanks for being here. Ruth Schinkel. Thank you, Ruth. And Joe Imota, come down with me. Congratulations, sir.
Thank you, Jim.
Turn around so they can see you. And Joe's going to play the big money with the money cards right after this commercial break.
My kids call it the red mask.
This red thing on my face.
My grandkids kept staring at me.
It's red.
It just wouldn't.
Thank you, Gino. We'd love to have you do it. Come down and join us sometime. The nice gentleman who did is about to go for the big money right now. You cut the money cards?
Yes, Jim.
Let's get over and play them, Joe. Come on up here. Here we go. Janice and Melinda will start loading them in. And you did cut the money cards, I believe, yes?
Yes.
Yeah, I hope you gave them a great cut because that's so important right now. $200, 3 cards to bet as you will, up to the second level. We add another $200 of betting money, 3 more cards. Minimum bet's $50 till you get to the top card. The big bet, where you must risk at least half. Now you're on your own. If you get a double now, you don't lose. We just carry it over for you. Good luck. Here's $200, and you can change your base card on each level if you need to. Thank you, Melinda. We'll start Joe off with 200 and a 3.
Oh, good. I'll bet all of it higher.
Whole thing, $200, that this card is higher than a 3. Yes, with a 6.
All right. $50 higher.
$50, higher than a 6. Right again with a queen, $450.
I'll bet $200 lower.
$200, a sizable bet. Is he right? Lower. Yes.
All right.
Good job on this level. With
All right.
$650, we'll move up to 10 and give you the other $200.
Change that card.
Now we can get rid of the 10, $850, and on this level, a 7 here in the middle. Be careful.
I'll bet $50 higher.
On the near middle card, the minimum bet, we haven't seen many high cards. Let's see one right now. That's
All
higher.
right.
King and $900.
$800 lower.
$800 lower than a king. Yes,
All
and a 2.
right. I bet $1,600 higher.
Now you have 17, Joe. Let me remind you of that rule. You cannot lose with a 2.
Oh.
You cannot lose.
All of it higher.
You're either going to stay the same or double it, so I would advise you to bet it all.
Thank you. All of it higher.
And he's going to bet it all. Higher. Yeah.
All right.
3,400, and we move up a queen. Now.
Well, I'm gonna bet $3,000 lower.
Oh, big bet. Come on.
Yeah.
$3,000. Is this card lower than a queen?
Yeah!
$6,400. Oh, that'll pay off some college bills. Way to go, Joe. Hey, Joe Imara. A college student, you know he needs it. A young intern, 2 wins, $9,100 in cash. We'll be back with our fine champion from Nigeria right after this.
Hi.
$200. Janice is dealing out 2 brand new gangster cards. Here comes a new challenger on card charge. Roberta Piazza. Hello, Roberta. I'm pleased to meet you. Won't you tell us about you?
My name's Roberta Piazza, and I work with my folks in Kernville, California. They have a restaurant there, and I'm the bartender. I mix cocktails, and it's a little town near Lake Isabella where there's lots of hunting and fishing and outdoor sports. It's a beautiful place
I
to
heard
live.
it's beautiful
Yes,
up there.
very
and a lady
nice.
bartender.
Oh, yes.
Do the men customers bother you? Is it...
Oh, not too much. I wouldn't say they bother me. They flirt with me a lot, and I like that. That's fun.
Oh, okay. Nice to have you here, Roberta. You cut your cards?
Yes, I did.
Here we go. Good luck. You're up against a tough champion. Joe plays very well. And Joe, we asked 100 single women. Now you are a doctor, yes?
Yes.
You are an intern now. You are officially a doctor.
Yes.
We asked 100 single women. If a doctor asked you out, and on the first date, he offered to give you a free physical exam, would you let him? How many women would let the doctor give them the free physical?
Oh, I know about that. You know what I mean?
Oh,
Like you
yeah?
said, yeah, but most women, when they go out with a doctor, really, they don't want to look at him as a doctor. I mean, they want to consider him as a gentleman, as a man, not a doctor. They don't want, the doctor playing doctor on them. So I think it's a fairly, it's a fairly low number. I think I'll say about 20.
20 out of 100 single women would let the doctor give them the free physical.
I think it would be even lower than that. I think that's kind of right there with free legal advice, too, from if you were dating a lawyer, and I would be a little suspect of it. So I'm going to say lower.
Of course, the free physical is a lot different than the free legal advice.
Sometimes not too different.
I've heard a lawyer, would you take off your clothes and let's discuss your will? I don't understand that. 20 and lower. The actual number of single women who would let the doctor give them the free physical is 17. You're right, Roberta. It is low. And Roberta starts off the match with a 10.
I'm going to change that card, please.
Changing the 10 to a 6.
Higher.
Higher than a 6, a king.
Lower.
Lower than a king, a jack.
Lower.
Risking it again and right again.
Higher.
For the first game of the match. Yes! Roberta goes all the way for game 1. Wow. Nicely done. Just like that, it is the champion who's in the hole as Roberta gets game 1. We'll deal out the same 2 decks of cards. And Roberta, we start game 2 with you. And Roberta, we all know that some people will make up any story to try to return an unwanted item to a store, right? So we found 100 department store clerks who work at the gift return desk. And we asked the clerks, who are the better liars, men or women? Women.
I think that.
Well, how many clerks said women are better liars?
I think that the clerks would say that women were better liars about reasons for wanting to return an item. There must be a million reasons, and if you want to get rid of it badly enough, I think a woman would be able to prevaricate just a little bit more
Have
than
you
a
ever
man.
tried it, Roberta?
Yes, I have. As
Yeah?
a matter of fact, yes, more than once.
Did you do good?
I returned the item.
Oh, you must be good, then, right? Well, how many clerks said women are better liars?
I would say that 60 would say.
60 out of 100 clerks said women are the better liars at the return desk.
Well, I know, men also lie, and I think some men, some men are better liars than women, and if although men tend to be more blunt, if they go there, they don't like the item, they'll just tell the clerk, I don't like this, I want to change it. She says 60.
60 said women are better liars.
I would say it's a little bit lower.
A little lower than that.
Yeah.
The actual number of clerks who said that women are better liars is 76, not lower, it's higher. And again, it's Roberta getting control. Last time, she went all the way. This time, starting with a 9.
I'm going to change that card.
Getting rid of the near-middle card, a jack is better.
Lower.
Lower than a jack. No. All right. Not this time, and Joe gets a free chance. And an 8.
I can change that. Higher.
Higher than the middle card? No. Fill in the spaces, and we will quickly get to the second question in this game. Joe, now listen carefully. Our man on the street went to a small city in Japan where he asked 100 married men, at the time you married your wife, were you in love with her? How many Japanese men said no? At the time they married her, they were not in love with their wife.
Well, it's going to be a fairly high number because it's just like my country. In my country, the families, they arrange the weddings. In fact, sometimes you don't have to see the woman you're going to marry. And
how many do you think?
I think, it will be 55.
55 out of 100 said they were not in love with her, Roberta. Higher or lower?
I think times have changed quite a bit, and there are less family-arranged marriages. I think that number would be a little bit higher.
Higher. How many said they were not in love with her? She said
not
55.
in love. I'm sorry, lower.
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 That sounded like that's where you were
Lower,
thinking.
that's
The
where I
actual
was
number
going.
of Japanese men who were not in love with their wife when they married her is 40. You're right. It is lower, Roberta. Roberta, you've got a jack.
I'm going to keep that card and go lower.
Lower than a jack. Yes, a 7.
I'm going to freeze with a 7.
So it's Roberta who takes a 1-card advantage, and we'll be right back right after we take time out for this. That's all the time we have for now. We'll finish this match with these nice people on our next show. Thank you, as always, for joining us, and we'll see you next time on Card Shark.
A representative of the studio audience will receive louver draped vertical blinds, shoes from over 100 new fabric colors and patterns, a modern window covering designed for easy care that rotates and traverses to control light and heat, furnished by Louver Drape. And some of our contestants will receive prints and enlargements on Kodak paper for a good look. A $25 gift certificate, redeemable wherever you see this sign. A Master Mechanic 10-gallon shop vac from True Value Hardware Stores who combine value and personal service in over 5,000 locations nationwide. A silver trivet and fill your cup to the rim with new Brim automatic drip decaffeinated coffee, specially developed for automatic drip coffee makers. Kitchen tools and Swanson pot pies. Tender meat, garden vegetables, and just the right amount of gravy, all in a flake crust Swanson, the quality pot pie. An electric wall clock and golden grain macaroni and cheddar dinners made with enriched elbow macaroni. Creamier cheddar cheese and other natural flavors from Golden Grain Macaroni Company.
On all new Three's a Crowd.
He thinks he's Tarzan in the bedroom.
Find out what she's saying about you.
Later.
All new Three's a Crowd, weeknights at 9:30 Eastern, 6:30 Pacific.
This is Gene Wood speaking for Card Sharks. A Mark Goodson, Bill Todman production.